So, what if the most powerful secrets to building wealth weren't cooked up in some modern boardroom, but were actually carved onto clay tablets thousands of years ago in the richest city of the ancient world? Let's dive in, because the wisdom of Babylon, it's just as real today as it was 6,000 years ago.
You know the feeling, right? You work hard, you get your paycheck, but then at the end of the month, after all the bills are paid, your wallet just feels, well, frustratingly empty. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Turns out this is a problem that stretches all the way back to the dawn of civilization.
And our story starts right there with that very problem, right in the heart of ancient Babylon.
This is Bansir. He's the best chariot builder in all of Babylon, super skilled, works hard every day. But as he's sitting there, totally discouraged, he just can't figure out why his purse is always empty.
And that was the crazy thing about Babylon. It was this city of unbelievable splendor. I'm talking towering temples, the famous hanging gardens, just gold everywhere. But for regular folks, like Bansir and his buddy Kobe the musician, it was a constant financial struggle. Sound familiar at all?
So, Bansir and Kobe get fed up. They realize they can't just keep wishing for good luck. No, they need a plan. And to get a plan, they've got to find someone who's already figured this whole money thing out.
And then it hits them. They've spent their whole lives mastering their crafts, building chariots, playing music, but they've never actually sought wealth. They never tried to learn how it works. So they decide to go see their childhood friend, Arcad. See, Arcad somehow cracked the code and became the absolute richest man in the entire city. This is the question they put to him. And it's a powerful one, right? They're like, look, we all started from the same place, we had the same teachers, we work just as hard. How come you're loaded and we're broke? Arcad's answer? Well, it changes everything. He tells them it had nothing to do with fickle fate. Not at all. It was knowledge. And he decides to tell them the story of how he, a poor scribe, stumbled upon the single most important secret to wealth.
Arcad explains that he was once exactly like them. He was just a humble scribe, carving clay tablets all day long for just a few coppers. But he was determined, absolutely determined, to get his share of the good things in life. So one day, this rich moneylender named Algamesh comes in. He needs a huge, complex tablet carved in just 2 days. Arcad can't do it in time. So, desperate for wisdom, he makes a deal. He tells Algamesh, I will work all through the night and finish this job, if you will share with me the secret to becoming rich. Algamesh agrees. Arcad carves all night long. His back is aching, his eyes are burning from the oil lamp. But when the sun rises, the tablet is done. He goes to Algamesh and says, I've held up my end. Now tell me the wisdom you promised. And what Algamesh told him, it was so simple, but so incredibly profound. This was it. This was the secret. I found the road to wealth when I decided that a part of all I earned was mine to keep. Now, at first, Arcad was totally confused. He's like, wait, doesn't all of what I earned belong to me? And Algamesh's reply is the key to this entire thing. Algamesh basically says, are you kidding me? Far from it. You pay the guy who makes your clothes, you pay the guy who makes your sandals, you pay for food, you pay everyone but yourself. And that revealed the very first law of wealth. Pay yourself first. Before you spend a single coin on anything else, take at least 1/10 of everything you earn and set it aside. That part, that is yours to keep. Now that one law was the tiny seed that Arcad's entire fortune grew from. But it was only the beginning. From there, he developed a whole system, which he called the 7 cures for a lean purse. We can boil the most important cures down to these 3 essential steps. First, you already know it. Pay yourself first, that 1/10 we just talked about. Second, control your spending. This is huge. You gotta learn to live on the other 9/10. And third, and this is where the real magic happens, make your gold multiply. Every single coin you save is like a little worker. You have to put it to work so it can earn more for you. But how do you make your gold multiply without losing it all? Well, Arcad learned this the hard way. He lost his entire first year of savings by giving it to a brickmaker who claimed he could go buy rare jewels. The lesson here is pretty clear. Be careful. Guard your money. Only invest where your initial capital is safe, and get advice from people who actually know about money, not from brickmakers about jewels. You got to avoid those tempting get-rich-quick schemes. So, okay, 1/10 to keep, live on the rest, invest it wisely. It sounds simple, right? But does this ancient advice really work in the modern world? Especially if you're already struggling or even deep in debt.
Well, get this. Archaeologists digging in the ruins of Babylon literally unearthed a set of clay tablets that answer that exact question. They tell the true story of a guy named Dabasir, who came back to Babylon as an ex-slave, totally crushed by debt. Dabasir came up with a simple but honestly brilliant plan based on these same principles. He decided that from every single coin he earned, 1/10 was his to keep, no matter what. 7/10 was for him and his wife to live on, and the last 2/10 would be divided fairly among every single person he owed money to.
And that's the power of having a simple plan and just sticking to it. Dabasir not only paid back every single person he owed, but he also started building his own savings at the exact same time. He went from being a shamed ex-slave to a respected, prosperous citizen. It's incredible.
And this was the great truth Dabasir discovered. It's not about luck. It's not about fate. It's about having a real, burning desire and a simple, sound plan. The road to wealth isn't some secret path only for a few people. It's a road that's open to anyone who has the determination to start walking. The wisdom of Babylon has lasted for thousands of years for one reason, because it's true. And it all starts with that one decision, that first choice to keep a part of what you earn for yourself. So the only real question left is, what's the first coin you're gonna decide is yours to keep?